Good evening and I welcome you students. Sample question paper 2021-22 term 1 chemistry 12th class 043. I have already solved the section A and section B and are available in the YouTube. You can observe them with full explanations. I have provided very easy method of answering all the questions. In today's video, I will answer the questions from section C of the 12th chemistry paper released by the CBSE for term 1 2021-202. Let us see what section C is, students. The section consists of 6 multiple choice questions. There will be 6 multiple choice questions with an overall choice to attempt any 5. You have to attempt any 5. In case more than desirable number of questions are attempted, then only first 5 will be considered. Therefore, students, you should be very clear that you answer the best 5 you know, because only 5 will be evaluated. Let us see. First question is on the screen. Question number 50 from section C. Match the following. Match the following. There are two columns, column 1 and column 2. We have to match the appropriate answers. As you can see, you have first in the column left, in the first column, students, in the first column, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Amino acids, thiamine, insulin, phosphodiester linkage, uracil. And in the column 2, students, I have protein, nucleic acid, DNA, zeta ion. I have to match the most appropriate answer be matched, student. First is amino acids. First one is amino acids, as you can see. Now, amino acids, when I say protein, yes, proteins are nothing but polymers of amino acids. You already know there are polypeptides which are formed, and these polypeptides, when the number grows more than 100 or more than hundreds, then what happens? They will form the proteins. But here you see you have proteins, nucleic acid, DNA, and zeta ion. Now this is important point, that what is a zeta ion? You know, amino acids, they form zeta ions. Amino acids form zeta ions. You are aware of that. Let me show what I am trying to say. This is your alpha amino acids, natural acids. Then what happens? This COH group is acidic and you have a lone pair of electrons on the nitrogen. This is basic, this is acidic, and what happens, you know already, this proton shifts from this carboxylic acid to the NH2 group. The result will be formation of dipolar ion, which is called a zeta ion. This is your zeta ion which is formed by the amino acids. Therefore, the most appropriate answer here is D. So the first goes with column 2 is D, students. Pay attention, pay attention. Wash it very carefully. So second is a thiamine, student. Thiamine is a base. You know, thiamine is a base. This was our first. And second, I am coming to thiamine. Thiamine is a base. You know that they are present. There are 4 bases which are present in DNA. What are the 4 bases which are present in DNA? The short forms I am writing A, G, C, and T. T is my thiamine. So thiamine is present, student, is a base which exists in DNA. So therefore, the second part goes with C. The thiamine, I would put it with the DNA. The third is insulin. Third is insulin. You know, students, what is insulin? We have read about the proteins. You said proteins are polymers of amino acid of high molecular mass. But insulin is also considered a protein. Insulin is also protein, though it has only 51 natural amino acids, alpha amino acids. So insulin is also considered as a protein. The reason is it has a well-defined conformation of a protein. It has a well-defined conformation of a protein. Therefore, the insulin will go with a protein. Insulin will go with protein. Where is the protein, student? This insulin is going with the protein. That is my A, student. Next is phosphodiester linkage. You know, You have read about nucleotides, nucleosides, then nucleotides, and nucleotides become a part of the nucleic acids, the nucleic acid which we have DNA and RNA. And you know that these contain diphospho um, phosphodiester linkage. So phosphodiester linkage is present, which is my fourth part. Fourth part is phospho diester linkage that is present, student, in nucleic acid. In nucleic acids, you know, you have a sugar, you have the base, and you also have a phosphoric acid, which is a phosphodiester linkage connects them. So this will then go fourth one. Fourth one goes with the nucleic acid. Nucleic acid, this is my B. Therefore, first goes with D, second goes with C, third goes with A, and fourth goes with B, student. Now, can you tell me which is the appropriate answer? Therefore, answer for this is B. The B is our answer. In this case, this is the matching we have done. Next question coming on the screen, students. 51 question. Question number 51 is on the screen. Which of the following analogies is correct? Let us see A analogy. What is the A analogy, student? 1s2, 2s2b, nitrogen. Nitrogen, you already know the configuration of nitrogen, atomic number 7, 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. And he says argon, what is the atomic number of argon? Helium neon, argon is 18. So this 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, this is wrong. You already know this is 18. This should be 3s2, 3p6. So then this choice is wrong. A is wrong. A is wrong. Then next, let me see the second B. Carbon has forms maximum number of compounds because of the catenation, covalence, tetravalency 4. Carbon bond enthalpy is very high. It forms maximum number of compounds. Maximum compounds. What we are saying, carbon form maximum compound for the reasons I have told you, that is okay. Xenon forms no compound, that is wrong. Xenon, you know, forms compound XeF2, XeF4. Hexafluorides of xenon you have studied is in our course. So oxyolide, hexafluorides are formed by the xenon. So that option is also wrong. Then this is also wrong. Next, C. Let me observe the C. XeF2 is linear student. If you can see the hybridization, okay, you will see it will take a linear shape. And it says ClF3 is trigonal planar. ClF is not trigonal planar. That is not correct. It is not trigonal planar, student. If I see chlorine, how many electrons are there in the chlorine? Seven electrons on the outermost shell of the chlorine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are fluorines, three fluorine, three bond pairs. As you will see, there are three bond pairs. And how many? You are seeing three bond pairs and three bond pairs and two lone pairs, so total 5. Then what type of hybridization you are having, student? This is example of sp3 dehybridization. But what happens in the case of Cl? You know what happens in the case of Cl, student? These are the lone pairs of electrons, and this is called it has a bent T shape. It has a T shape, as you can see. This is important. The lone pair repulsion will take place. So that shape is T. So this is not correct also. That is also wrong. ABC wrong. Let me see the D choice, student. Helium. Helium is a noble gas. It is used in metallurgical observation. That is correct, student. And argon is used in metallurgical processes. Argon, student. Where argon is used in welding and metal production. Why? Argon is a noble gas. It is inert, student. It prevents oxidation. It prevents oxidation, rusting. It prevents oxidation, rusting, and displaces unwanted unwanted CO gas. So therefore, it is used in metallurgical processes. This is the correct answer. Analogy is correct. So the answer for us, what answer we are giving? Answer is D. This answer is correct. I'm trying to explain each and everything so that students, you don't have any doubt left. Question number 52 is on the screen. Complete the following. Same molecular formula but different structure. When I say same molecular formula, students, and different structures. What that means in chemistry? Different structure. You have studied a lot of organic chemistry. What we call these are isomers. These are called isomers. B, non-superimposable mirror image isomer. What are those? You have read about stereoisomers, which are non-superimposable over their mirror images. They are known as enantiomers. And you know, they are optically active. Enantiomers are optically active. They are optically active. One is D, small d, that is dextro. Other is levo. One rotates the polarized light towards the clockwise direction, and this will rotate the plane polarized in anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, in this case, let us see what is the possible answer. A, isomers, that is correct. B, enantiomer, absolutely right. So this is the right answer. Answer of 52 is A. Enantiomer, this is wrong. Stereoisomer retention, no. Isomer and stereoisomer, no. So the only possible answer is A. Let us see the case study, student. Case study. Read the passage given below and answer the following questions. Now, when paragraphs will be given, student, you may be thinking, oh, it's a very long paragraph. First of all, there is some phobia in the student. They don't want to study and read such a long paragraph. But that is the way the exams are being conducted nowadays. There will be paragraphs. So pay attention, stay focused, read each and every line and each and every word very carefully, and then answer the questions given below the paragraphs. Answers will be very easy, I will tell you, but you have to pay attention, focused, and read very carefully, or you will lose the marks. Okay. Early crystallographers had trouble solving the structures of inorganic solids using X-ray diffraction. You know, X-ray diffraction is a technique which was used to find the crystal structures of inorganic solid. Because some of the mathematical tools analyzing the data had not been developed. There was not sufficient amount of maths which was developed in order to get the right answers here. So once a trial structure was proposed, after you will take the X-ray diffraction, you will have to use some mathematics, students, some equations in order to give the correct structure. It was relatively easy to calculate diffraction pattern, but difficult to go the other way around, from diffraction pattern to structure. Diffraction pattern is available, but it is not possible to give the correct structure. It is difficult if nothing was known a priori about the arrangement of atoms in the unit cell. It was, so how will you say that the unit structure of this crystal is this? This information is not sufficient and not adequate at that time. It was important to develop some guidelines for guessing the coordination numbers and bonding geometries of atoms in crystals. So you are forming a crystal, they have a coordination number, the number of nearest neighbors, what you call as coordination number. See, the first such rules were proposed by Linus Pauling, who considered how one might pack together oppositely charged spheres of different radii. So when you are forming crystal, students, you are having ions, positive ions and negative ions. Anions, you know, they are larger in size than the cations. So it was the first rules were proposed by Linus Pauling, who considered how one might pack together oppositely charged spheres of different radii. Since an ion is larger in size, cation is larger in size, we are expecting anions will pack up, and then there will be some sites which will be left vacant, which will be smaller than smaller ion. Cation is smaller ion will go and fit into those. Pauling proposed a geometric consideration that the quality of the fit depended on radius ratio of anion and cation. This is a very important thing. Radius ratio of cation and radius ratio of anion. Student, radius ratio. Radius ratio. This is a very important point which was proposed by the Pauling. If anion is considered as the packing atom in the crystal, anion is larger in size, it is the packing. The smaller cation fills the interstitial holes. Cation is smaller, it will go into the interstitial layer. Cations will find arrangement in which they can contact the largest number of anions. Ever packing is a closed packing. Student, in a closed packing, what happens? The particles should be packing as closely as possible, or in other words, the arrangement should be such that the cation should try to touch maximum number of the anions. That will be a closed packing. If cations can touch all of its nearest neighbor anions, then fit it good, then it is a good packing, and that is what is a lower energy state. So if cation is too small for a given site, then what will happen? The coordination number will be unstable. Cation is very small, then it will escape from that site, interstitial site, and will prefer a lower coordination structure. Then it will go to a lower coordination. The table below gives the ranges of cation anion radius ratio that gives the best fit for the coordination symmetry. He is giving a table to us, and which will give us the best coordination symmetry. Based on this, what is the data? Let us see the table. Study the table very carefully. Coordination number, first point, geometry and radius ratio. This is the radius of the cation, student, plus and radius of the anion ratio. This is called the radius ratio. See that if it is linear, the radius ratio is how much? Radius ratio of the cation versus cation divided by the anion. This is negative. This is anion, student, and this is my cation. The radius ratio of cation by anion, this negative, this is positive. For a linear mean coordination number 2, what I am trying to say, coordination 2, now you will get some idea. This is your negative, this is your negative anion, then this is only linear, means inside this is a cation. Now what will be the size of this? He says, I've drawn little bit farther away, let me draw closer. So if I'm saying this is the positive, student, this is smaller in size, then this is a linear arrangement, you can see. So that the size, then the fitting will take place when the radius of the cation is 0 to 0.155. Triangular, what do you mean by triangle? You have seen all this already. You can see this cation is touching the two anions. The cation is touching the two anions here. And when I say triangular, let me draw a triangle, student. I am assuming the spherical shapes. Now here you see this is a positive and these are the negative anions. Anions are larger in size. So what is the radius ratio here? R plus by R minus ratio. R, this is the radius R plus, this is the radius R minus. Here is triangular is lying 0.155 point. If this is not obeyed, then this geometry is, this coordination number is not possible. Here coordination number is 3, here coordination number is 2. So if the radius ratio becomes bigger than this, then what happens? It takes a tetrahedral. You know what is a tetrahedral, student. So if I put something like this, you know, how do we draw that tetrahedral? That can see that this, the tetrahedral, you will see what I'm talking about, student. See that. So what you are finding now here in the tetrahedral, the radius ratio is this, and if radius ratio is bigger than this, these are the negative ions, this is the positive ion, then it becomes square planar. You also already know what is the shape of the square planar. So if you have something like this, so what is happening? If I touch these things like this, students, and this is the plus here, these are the minus. My scale is not that good because I'm only drawing the graph, but I'm giving an idea what it means by this, the radius ratio R plus R. So here the coordination number is 4. Here also the coordination number is 4, but the geometries are different. Here square planar, and because the size of the radius ratio changes the shape or the coordination number as well as the geometry. Octahedral, you can see 0.414. Cubic, do you see how big the size radius ratio becomes in cubic? Consider a cube and eight particles, 8 anions at the corners of the cube and the one side which is present inside that, and cubohedral. So these are the information which is given. What I am information, geometry and radius ratio. So ionic radii and radius ratio retrieved from one of the book which he has mentioned here. We thank the CBSE for giving this information. Let us see now what are the questions coming. What are the questions coming, students? Questions. Let me see the question number 53. What he is saying, the radius of AG plus is 128. The radius of AG plus is, student, the radius of AG plus is how much? R AG plus. This is a cation. The radius of AG plus is how much? 126 picometer. This is given to me. And students, there what else is given? The radius of negative ion. What is the radius of, students? I minus. I minus. This is my cation. This is my R plus. This is my R minus, students. What is this? R minus 216 picometer. So he says the coordination number of Ag plus ion is, Ag plus is a cation. This is smaller. It will go into the interstitial side. It will go into the interstitial side. So let me find the Rag plus by Ri minus here, student. What is that value coming? This is 126 divided by 216 picometer. So what answer by picometer? So this is a number now. What will be the value? This is coming to be around 0.58. The value is coming to be around 0.58. Let us see, student. Let us see the, let me see now. What is the table which is given? The table which is given, student, 0.58. What is mean 0.58? Where is 0.58, student? There are two possibilities in 0.58. What are those two possibilities? As you can see, 0.58. One possibility in 0.58 is, there are two possibilities in 0.58. Coordination number 4. You have coordination number 4 and coordination number 6, student. Where is, this is my coordination number 4. 0.58 will lie in this coordination number 4, and it will also lie in coordination number 6. Our radius ratio is coming R plus by R minus is coming to be 0.58. So there are two possibilities. Either coordination number is I 4 or 6. Now let us see what are the possible choices in the question number 53, student. What are the possible choices he has given us? We have choices, either coordination number can be 4 or coordination number can be 6, student. 4 is not given here. So this number is not available here. You have only number 6. Therefore, the correct answer is C. The coordination number should be 6 because the radius ratio is lying 0.58. All right. Let us move to the next question, student. We are coming to the next question now. Question number 54. What it says? A solid AB has a square planar structure. Square planar structure, student. And what is the value of the R plus R minus for the square planar, student? What is the value of R plus and R minus for the square planar? Let me see the range which is given to us. R plus by R minus for the square planar. The table is available. Square planar 0.4142, 0.4142, 0.473. Square planar. You can see the square planar, student. The information given is 0.4142, 0.73. Okay. So let us see how we can solve this question. The given values are, how much is the given values in this case, student? 0.414, either 0.1414, student, or R plus R minus is how much? 0.73. Now, what I am given here, if the radius of the cation R plus is given 120 picometer, then what will be R minus? So I can put the value here, 120 divided by R minus 120 divided by R minus will be equal to how much, students? 0.414. Then R minus, what is my R minus or B minus? RB minus, R minus is RB minus is how much? 120 by 0.414. So what will be that approximately? If I take it 0.4, student, if I take it 120 by, supposing I take it 0.4, then what happens? it is approximately 0.414 is there. That means it's something more than that. 414, then I put two more zero. What it is going to be around, student? It may be coming around to 89.9 picometer. So if I use the second one, if I use the second one, what will be this? If I use this value, student, then what I will get here, then RB minus will be equal to 0.76 by R plus, and R plus value, A plus is 120 picometer, 0.76 by 120 picometer. What will be that value, students? That 0.76 by 0.41, this value is 290, and this value will not be the same. This may come around 170. So what we are given here, what do you think is the correct answer here? 240, 270, which value is lying? This is around 290 picometer. So the correct answer is D, students. This is the correct answer for this question. Let us see the next question, students. Next question. Question number 55 is on the screen. A good fit is considered to be where one cation can touch. What do you mean by good fit? Good fit means which will be the closest packing, closed packing. What do you mean by closed packing? Then the number of coordination number should be maximum. Maximum. So when the coordination number will be maximum, when all the nearest neighbor will touch, all the nearest neighbor will touch. So then what should be the answer, students? In this case, a good fit is considered to be the one where cation can touch. The cation should touch all the nearest neighbor. What are the nearest neighbor? All of its nearest neighbor or nothing but anions. So this is the correct answer. Most of no, some of the near no, none of the near no. Therefore, our correct answer here is A. That means this is a good fit. It is a closed packing when the cation will touch all of its nearest neighbor anions. That will also give highest value of the coordination number. Therefore, my dear students, I end up the section C, and this will be available in the YouTube. You can watch it. I have tried to explain it. Please share my videos with your friends so that they can take benefit of it. Okay, bye bye. Thank you. I will again see you next time.